welcome to Mrs. Bergie's art room. Get your pencil and paper and let's draw Lego people. All right, let's see what you can do with a Lego person today. Here's some samples. You can make yourself as a Lego person. Just follow along. Get ready. Here we go. Okay, to draw our Lego people, it is simple geometric shapes if you really look at them. I have a couple here to kind of help you to see all the fun little details of them. So if you're looking closely, what we have is we have a rectangle. This is a little bit rectangle. This is more of a square, but it's a trapezoid and kind of a square here. If I take his hat off, you can see. And if you want to look into measurement, trying to figure things out, what I like to do is use my pencil. So you can use your pencil and you can put that to the top there and measure how long. And let's see if the top of his head, this little nubby here, is as long as his body. So I'm going to take this to the top of the body, and it does. It takes us down to the belt line. I don't know if you can see that any closer. Okay, so it takes us down to about right here. And then if you, so let me measure that one more time. Use your finger. Okay, this takes it just right here. Right where the bottom of the body snaps in. So that measurement from that area to the top of his feet is the same. And then we just add a little bit more for the feet. Okay? All right, let's get going and we'll talk about the features and some of the extra things that we can add. All right, let's get started. These are just a couple of fun ones that I came up with. This is my self-portrait as a Lego. You can always do something fun like that. So let's get started. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use my fingers for measurement first to make sure that I don't run out of room. That's the worst thing you can do. So what we're going to, I'm going to just kind of get a measurement here. You can use your pencil. I'm going to get my handy little gold pencil here. And let's see, if I make that my feet to the top of the feet, does that give me equal amounts? No, that does not. So I need to make it a little bit smaller. So let's say there to there, there's 2, and we need to be able to go 3 times. Now that would give me the appropriate length. So this is the length that we need. And you can do this one of 2 ways. So you want to leave a little space down here so we can draw the tops of the feet. Remember that it's basically the same size all 3 times. So I'm just going to use my fingers just to kind of mark it. Get my pencil in here, put a little mark, okay? And then I can just line that back up again. And this time I can give it a little mark and go a 3rd time. Awesome. So now we have our areas that we know. These are the legs, this is the body, and that's the head. All right, so what you can lightly do, and I recommend that you lightly sketch everything because we're going to shape things and we just need to get our measurements in. So give us some good, these are horizontal lines. So that just kind of gives us some indication, kind of helps us grid this out, so to speak. And then we'll put in a nice vertical line. I'm going to move some paper from below just to help me out here. And I am going to attempt, you could use a ruler if you'd like, to draw a nice straight line, and it doesn't have to be perfect. So, you know, eyeball it, draw a line, okay, down the middle of your paper. Again, if you want to use a ruler, use a ruler. And if you don't have one available, you can always use the edge of a book. And you can also use your pencil just to help line things up. All right. So we are going to kind of start with the legs because this is a good square base. And we're going to just we're going to figure out how big we want to make these legs. Now you don't want to make them too wide or else you're going to have a really squatty looking Lego, but that's cool, you know, however you want to make it. So I'm just going to kind of figure out like equidistance, and again, you can measure it, and that was pretty good. And then just draw your straight line down. I would take this clear down. And then this is where you can add those feet. Remember we talked about the feet? Okay, so there's my top of my feet. And then this is your legs. Now on our Lego guys, and let me bring this one closer to the camera. So we have some different areas. So the break in the middle only goes about halfway. We have a line here, so this gives us a nice rectangle, and then this is another rectangle, which is slightly larger. So if you just go up here and we put in this rectangle here, slightly larger rectangle here, then this is where we definitely see the split in the legs, and you can go in and, you know, start to erase some things, kind of clean up your lines. All right, let's keep going. So we've got our base of our legs, and now what we need is that trapezoid body. So I'm just going to, what we're going to do is right here where these two vertical lines stop on this line, we're going to take it up and make that trapezoid. Now this gets a little bit tricky because it's not a super harsh trapezoid. It's got a nice angle. It's not super sharp. If I were to take this straight up, you can see that sliver of a triangle. So honestly, what we could do, if you really want to get it precise, you can take this line up very lightly, draw very lightly, and then you just want this little bit of a triangle. So this is all we're eliminating. And once you figure out that distance, then you can use your pencil to measure. You can use a ruler to measure if you want more precise measurements, but we're just doing this right there. Okay? And if you need something for a straight line, sometimes I'll just grab a pencil if I've got it handy. And you're just going to connect the dots, so to speak, like that. And there you go. It's an easy way to do it. You almost have your whole body. Next is the head. Now remember that top measurement took us clear to the top of this little peg, all right, which is what his hat sits on. So keep that in mind. We're going to give that a little bit of distance, and we also have the neck. So if you want to go ahead in here and just give a little horizontal line here to remind you that we need a neck. And then if you want to do the same thing up here, so we still need that peg. So his head's pretty square, it's just a rounded square. So we're going to, and if we take this, I'm going to move his little pole out of his hand here. He's my little Boy Scout. If we take this pencil, you can see that the head goes almost lines up directly with the corners of the top of his body. So it's a little bit inside. So what we can do is, if you wanted to take this line straight up, that can help us. Now when I did that, I just saw, hey, that's a really big rectangle and it needs to be more square. So I'm going to just bring this down a little bit and maybe up a little tiny bit. That's more square. So if you want to use that and then round those corners, do this lightly. Don't press hard, because if you press hard, you're going to have a real rough time cleaning this guy up. Okay? We need to be able to erase. Alright, so then we've got our little peg here and our neck here. Okay. Next we have the arms. So those are curves that go down. So we're going to go to the top of the shoulders right here. And it's going to come out slightly. So we're going to go like this. I'm going to erase this line. And you're going to curve it out. and it bends. It's a bend. So you can see how it bends down and out. So we need to kind of show that a little bit. So we're going to bend it down and then back in. Round it out. Bend out and back in. And then you've got a little bit of the wrist showing, and then you've got this upside down half circle. So we're going to just kind of stop that there. Leave a little space, and then you've got your rounded half circle. Which is actually like a crescent. All right, now you can choose what you're going to wear and how your face is going to be. So you can do different types of eyes, you can add glasses, you can do a smiley mouth with some lips, you can do a nice big curve. Here's some other eyes and fun stuff I was kind of coming up with. You know, give your eyes however you want. You know, you've got curve eyes. You could just do a circle eye. Alright, so there you go. Add your details and see how he turns out. I've split it in the middle. If you want short sleeves, you can take it to the side. I used a marker on this guy, I used colored pencil on this guy, and you can get into some shading, have some fun, throw some jewelry on it. Make yours an artist. You can make yours a Boy Scout with the hat. And we even stuck a little pole in his hand. He's a hiking guy. He likes to hike. So there you go. So you can see that there's those faces. You can put a beard. You can put a mustache. Have fun. I also discovered after I took off the hair, oh, I should show you how to draw some hair too. That there's an angry face. Kind of funny. So there's a lot of different options. You can, you know, put a palette in and a paintbrush. You can put buttons on your shirt. You can make your shirt go clear down. For hair, how I did this one was I did some zigzags. This was just really swoopy. So, you know, kind of figure out, before you put your face on, kind of figure out your hair. So this is the top of your Lego. If he has a hat on, you know, you're gonna want to put that on first. And if you have, so let's see, if we want to do pigtails, we could do something like some big swoops. And you're probably like, what is that? It's a Lego, so he's having fun. There you go. And then up here you could do some bangs. And then you want to erase all this stuff inside, all your construction lines. And now you can put on your face. So I'll just, for mine, and you want to keep them equally spaced the best that you can. Do an oval and another oval and a circle and another circle. And I'm just going to give her a happy face. And then, you know, figure out your, you know, what are you going to put for a shirt. You might want to clean some of these lines up. Once you get it where you want it, you can go back in and do like I said, I've got, I just used a black Sharpie and went over some lines, just cleaned it up. You can go back in once you Sharpie it, and you can get some of those extra lines out. It's much easier. This one I just used the colored pencils and left all my lines in there. Kind of cleaned it up as I went. So maybe she has like a V-neck on. Remember your middle line there. Actually, let me fix her neck a little bit. So give yourself something like that. And maybe she's got, I don't know who wears ruffly blouses anymore, but hey. And you've got some buttons. Don't forget your eyebrows. Eyebrows are pretty cool. So if you do like a curve and it gets shorter, curve over and then gets shorter. Legos don't have noses, at least I've not found any that do. But yours is unique, just like you. So you can put one in. We'll let you. There we go. All right. I don't like this ruffly blouse. Let's fix that. We're just gonna do, I don't know, think about what is your person? What are they doing? Maybe they're an athlete. Maybe they have a jersey on. Maybe they're a theater person. Maybe this is a costume. Maybe they're a superhero. You know, you could do this cape thing here. Here you go. She's a superhero. I like that. All right. Maybe it's a pirate. Okay, have fun with that. Give it some sort of background. Make it fun. You can make it in a situation. Maybe you give it a horizon line and you've got tall buildings in the background. Maybe she's in the city and she's going to save the world. And you've got some rectangles. Use your shapes. And then color it in. There you go. And you want to erase all your lines, clean it up, and let's see what you come up with.